It seems far in the distance. I put it on the altar, though it was mine. I put it on the altar. There's a greater city we have not seen. We're all waiting in the in-between. We're all seeking our homeland. We're all seeking our homeland. We're all seeking our homeland. We're all seeking our homeland.
Good morning, lights. I have been hearing some very interesting rumors lately. People have been whispering about an event that is set to occur in the near future. One that will change everything, life as we know it. There will be a mass spiritual awakening, the likes of which humanity has never seen before. The event marks the beginning of a new age for mankind, one where we are no longer considered a controlled and limited species, where we will finally take our rightful place among all other Galactic Federation planets as full members, and where every soul on Earth will have access to technology that makes life easier and more enjoyable, like anti-gravity devices, cold fusion energy devices, and advanced teleportation. The event will occur sooner or later in some shape or form that is hard to predict at this point. It is an unprecedented process after all. But one thing is undeniably true. We are shifting towards this future in every moment of the day. Ascension is an individual process. The fifth dimensional frequency is already accessible. And if you decide that this shall be your reality and take the necessary action towards healing on a quantum level and reprogramming the subconscious mind, then you are in for the ride of your lifetime. If you do the work, the world around you will transform into a fifth dimensional heaven on earth. You will transform into a powerful, joyful being of light on earth. There might be lack, pain, and suffering on earth, but you alone hold the key to the reality you experience. You decide which door will open and which one will close. This is your path to empowerment. It is a very fascinating era that is now upon us. I don't think the change of this magnitude has ever occurred before. The human race began to change long before we even realized it, and we are now progressing to a higher state of awareness. This transformation is already taking place on a cosmic level, whether you are aware of it or not. The cosmic countdown to the creation of the fifth dimension, Earth, has started. In terms of human evolution, the transition from the third to the fifth dimension is crucial. It won't be long before we start to feel the effects of this change in the way that energy is used. We shall transition from one state of being to another as we go from 3D to 5D, which will seem like a quantum leap in our existence. we need to develop a whole new style of thinking, new methods of experiencing reality, and new approaches to acting on this perception in order to help mankind make this transition more easily. Your belief will shift from previous paradigms into new ones via a process known as quantum leap, based on what you know via your senses, as well through your heart. The new paradigm is being introduced before making any adjustments at a larger level. We must first make some changes ourselves. Higher degrees of awareness must be attained as we grow spiritually as individuals. Then we'll be able to clearly perceive what is happening in our immediate surroundings. Evolution or ascension are the terms used to describe the process. It represents a quantum leap in consciousness and will help mankind realize who we are and what we are doing on Earth on a deeper level. As a result of our long history of living in a virtual environment, the transition from 3D to 5D was unavoidable. Although this world was taught to be the only thing that existed, we now understand better. Nowadays, we recognize that our ideas shape the way our lives turn out, and that we have the power to manifest whatever we desire. Humanity must change in order for development to be made. We must decide how we want to spend our lives and what choices and decisions we will make about them. We need to start considering what is important to us in life and how we want to live our earthly lives. We must realize that this is simply one of many dimensions in the cosmos. Though there are numerous other worlds like ours, where people also spend their lives. Earth is named for the planet where humans now reside. There are a lot of other universes out there that operate under a different set of mechanics than our own, and some of them may no longer be there, or some other event that occurred thousands of millions of years ago in our world, or another one like it. Truth be told, 3D awareness is an illusion, and the way we've been spending our lives based on a belief in reality as distinct entities is really an illusion. Thus, we have been the freedom to decide how to behave and live in this world. The nature of the ego and how ideas like control are used are likely to alter when the new awareness is integrated into our own reality. In place of seeing ourselves as distinct from the whole, we will learn to view ourselves as an essential component of it. There will be changes to everything, including the rules that control your society and the way you interact with others in everyday life. This transition is the root of all the strife we are now experiencing, both globally and inside each and every one of us. The ascension process starts once you realize that you are more than just a human being. When you reach a certain level of consciousness, you come to terms with the fact that you are a soul who has experienced numerous incarnations as a unique human being on earth, each of which involved seeking out its true identity and meaning in life. You have made a choice. We all had to make a choice. We will have to choose whether we want to seize the chances they provide or allow them to pass us by as we are drawn more powerfully into unfamiliar situations, some of which are unpleasant or even scary, on this journey of spiritual change. It is up to each and every single one of us to choose the route that we will take. However, we are not the only ones making this decision. Do any of these ideas seem a little improbable, difficult to accept? When I first began looking into the relationship between science and spirituality, I was similarly indecisive. But as time has gone on, I've come to realize that it is indeed possible to approach spiritual issues through the prism of science. I want to urge everyone to look into their own, because I have been attempting to do so for a considerable amount of time. Take it for yourself. Discovering it for yourself has its own magic. Instead of taking my or anyone else's word for it. So you come to terms with the fact that you are a soul who has experienced numerous incarnations, each of which involved seeking out your true path and meaning in life. Additionally, you are aware that the universe is much larger than what can be seen with our physical 5 senses. You start to realize that even though we are all part of the same eternal energy field known as spirit, which has no beginning or end, we also each have individual spirit living inside of us. These I am beings stay inside our bodies for the duration of our time spent on earth. You sense that you are being drawn or led into a higher vibration where you can see that nothing is as it seems. You start to realize that everything you had previously taken for granted was actually a mental fabrication. In order to truly experience bliss and happiness without any more pain or suffering, it is time to transition from one level of consciousness to another. When you stop using your ego mind and switch to only using pure, unconditional love, instead of fear and attachment, this shift takes place. The conversation of many people's bodies into higher dimensional forms has already begun. Even though this procedure is difficult, your heart chakra can assist you in completing it. It's imperative that you learn how to let the light into your heart chakra. You will find that this method gets simpler the more you meditate and use it. The heart chakra has 2 layers of light inside, one of which is white and the other of which is gold, which you can see once you have opened it. These two hues stand for innocence and love, as well as the inner feelings we have when we are in harmony with our higher selves or the consciousness of God. The higher frequencies of energy, represented by the white light, which originate from God's consciousness, are what enables us to coexist peacefully on earth, as well as with all other beings throughout the universe, who have also passed through their ascension gateways and have vibrations similar to our own. The energy frequencies that originate from our twin flame or soulmate are represented by the gold light. We can only live in harmony with one another and the planet as a whole through this. You must always keep in mind that your twin flame or soulmate will support you. They are here to help, direct, and assist you on your journey to ascension. They will never leave you or forsake you. To help people open their chakras, purify their auras, and connect with their soul's purpose, I am extremely passionate about. The reason is that, in my opinion, when we look after ourselves, we can better serve others. We will be much more grounded in the present moment, more loving and compassionate, and more aware of our thoughts and feelings. True spiritual wisdom is waiting for you to find it in a vast, untapped world. The process of spiritual awakening allows us to transmute our own hearts and spirits in a similar way that goldsmiths use fire and alchemy to transform base metal into pure gold. I'm asking you to examine your life and determine if there are any areas where you could do better. Go take action on any issues that are on your mind or are bothering you. Your life should reflect your preferences. Establish the connections you desire. You should live your life as the person you want to be. Each of us possesses a tremendous amount of power. Expression and creation are the best parts of life. Never compromise your happiness. Always go for what you want. Doing so will cause changes in your life that you will be able to see. Your inner peace will grow stronger. Your energy will be more balanced, and your spirit will shine with radiance. That, my friends, is the goal of it all, for you to find inner happiness. As always, we love you deeply and wish for you to have the most abundant and joyous life possible. Have a wonderful day.